Hello everyone, many people have been asking me whether they should enter the job in the finance industry. So finance is like all other industries, it has its own advantages and disadvantages. So maybe it suits you or maybe not. So today I'm going to give a brief kind of introduction to the pros and cons of finance. Of course, when you get deeper and deeper, there are more advantages and disadvantages that may come. But today, let's talk about the big frame. So I'm going to give 4 advantages and 4 disadvantages of finance. And hopefully by the end of the video, you can get a better idea on whether finance is a suitable industry for you or not. So without further ado, let's start right away. So the first advantage of studying finance is making money. It is quite obvious. In finance, if you really work hard and get to a high position, you have a larger potential to make a great wealth for yourself. So there are many industries and careers within the umbrella of finance. For example, there is investment banking, there is wealth management, there is portfolio management, there is a private equity. So there are different job options, and for all these job options, if you get to the high level, you can get great wealth. And for some job options, they actually can earn more money than others. For example, wealth management and private equity management, these 2 jobs actually can earn you a lot, but it's highly competitive. So what you do in wealth management is basically you manage the investment of a high net worth client in the market. For it can be a really rich business owner, can be a real estate developer. So basically, if they trust you as a wealth manager to manage their investments on behalf of their investments, you can get 1% or maybe 2% of their returns, which means you might be earning millions of dollars a year or $1 million a year. But however, these types of jobs that you can earn a lot of money are highly risky and competitive. You need to find a client to choose your service, to choose you, to trust you to manage their $1 million investment, and you have to win over other bankers, other financial workers in the industries, because it's highly competitive. So the first advantage is you can make a lot of money, but this can be really challenging as well. Not all people in finance can earn a lot. You have to be at a high position. You have to really work hard. You have to be kind of special. You need to win over other finance workers in the industry. So this is about making money. Okay, the second advantage of a career in finance is its regular and fixed working hours. In finance, you are expected to actually work maybe from 9 to 5, or it can be 9 to 9 if you need to work hard for some job positions. It's actually a really fixed and regular working pattern that you all have working in finance. So if you are the type of person that you want a fixed income or a fixed stable income with some perks or benefits, maybe some bonuses, finance is the right job for you. But some positions, just like what I mentioned earlier in the first advantage of making money, such as wealth management, it can be a risky job. You might not get a regular earning. You might get a small base salary, for instance, but you're not going to get really fixed salary. You really a stable fixed salary for a month, except if you get a client. So some jobs in the finance are a bit like those real estate sellers. So basically, you might not earn money, or you might earn a lot of money at one go. So maybe a few $1 million in this year, no money next year. Yeah, this can be the case. But overall, for most jobs in finance, you are expected to earn a stable and regular income if you perform. Yeah, so if you're those people who want a stable job, take finance, work hard and get the money. The third advantage of getting a job in finance is you have a lot of job options. So in finance, you can actually find a spot that's most suitable for you. There are many careers under the big umbrella of finance, just like what I mentioned. You can be a wealth manager, you can be an investment banker, which you do corporate finance, you do merger acquisition, you do R&D, you do consulting or planning, or you can be a portfolio manager. You manage those clients, you manage the investments. But you can also do sales if you are those type of person that you want to go out, talk to different people, you are good at people, you do the private equity. So basically in finance, there are a lot of job options for different people. There's even IT as well. So if you're a really tech person, you can consider going into an investment banks. So finance is really a job that's suitable for many different type of people. Even if you're not really a mathematical person, even if you are not really a analytical person, you can do sales. And to be honest, those finance positions that really get you a lot of money are sales, are linked to sales, linked to marketing, or linked to this kind of private equity or wealth management. You might see a lot of analysts, so they might be earning a few Ks a month, like 8K, maybe $8K or $10K a month. But however, those people who really earn a lot are those guys who are good at people. If you're only good at numbers, if you're only good at those mathematics, good at those financial analysis, you might not be the top person in the investment banks. In investment banks, if you want to be the top person, you have to do sales and marketing. You have to talk directly to the clients. You have to kind of make the clients trust your service, and actually have a good relationship with those high net worth people, those business owners with high net worth or maybe ultra high net worth. So by working with them and advertise your products, advertise your services, and let them trust and actually use your service is the best way to earn money. But this is not easy as well. So the main takeaway for this advantage is that if you are a person who want to sit down, don't want to talk much, want to do some analysis, want to do some technical work, you can do IT, you can do analysis, you can do research and development, in finance. If you're a person who want to talk and who can incorporate or who can use both talking and analytical skills, you can do consulting, you can do kind of some investment banking jobs, like some jobs that you can face your clients. And if you're those people who really want to get out and talk to the clients and really get some challenges and want to take a risky step, which means you might not earn any money, you might only earn 1 to 2K if you're a marketing guy or wealth manager, but then you want to take the challenge, you are good with people, you want to persuade people, you want to face many different clients from many different industries every day, drive out, you can be doing sales, you can be a wealth manager, a portfolio manager, or directory product advertiser. So in this job, you can actually get a lot of wealth, but it's really challenging. So this is the main takeaway. The fourth advantage of getting a job in finance is work and life balance. So in this video, work and life balance is also a con, which is also a disadvantage of finance, because it really depends which job are you doing and how old are you, or not how old are you, sorry, it's how long have you been in the banking industry, in the finance industry. So basically, work-and-life balance can be an advantage because as you get to the high position, as you work hard, you can actually choose your work, maybe choose your work time, and you will have a lot of free time in your work. You can do 9 to 5 every day. But however, if you just start, if you are you are a freshman in the finance industry, you are really competitive because you have a lot of other freshmen, those graduates or undergraduates in the industry. So the career is definitely really competitive. You might have to work 9 to 9, 9 to 10. You might get only 7 or 6 hours or even less sleep every day. That's why I've been saying that work and life balance can be a disadvantage. When you just enter finance, you might not even have free time. You have to work your hats off in the weekends. But as you work hard, as if you become a leader of a team, if you get to a high position, if you are really kind of already a wealthy manager, a wealthy salesman, a marketing guy in finance, you definitely can achieve a pretty decent work and life balance. You can do 9 to 5, you can go to the gym, maybe you can go to the job later in the morning. So it can be a really good advantage. Okay, so the 4 advantages of finance are making money, have a stable job, have many industries to make a choice, to many industries that may suit you, and 4, work and life balance. Okay, now let's go to the disadvantages of a finance career. So the first disadvantage is work-life balance. In the finance industry, like what I mentioned, if you're a freshman or if you're really in a really kind of a busy position, you might have to work really hard. Finance is one of the most stressful jobs in the market compared to many other jobs. It is definitely more stressful, because in finance you are working for investment bank. You have to really put your hats off, especially if you're a freshwoman into the finance industry. You have to work really hard because it is highly competitive. I've mentioned that finance is a job that can make you a lot of money, but make a lot of money means you have to work really hard. You might be really working hard in the office in front of a computer. You might be talking to many clients every day, really tired, you get fatigued, but you never get a sale done. You have to continue talking to the clients until you make some money. So finance is definitely a really really high demand job is quite a stressful job, so your work-life balance might not be really great. However, I also mentioned that it can be an advantage if you work hard, get to the high position. If you have some success in finance, you might actually have a flexible timing if you're a leader, if you're a manager. So this is the first disadvantages of finance. The second disadvantage of finance is it really depends on the market. So finance is really linked to the stock market, it's linked to S&P 500, it's linked to how the global economy is performing, how the economy is doing, how the currencies are doing, how those businesses are performing, how our consumers are doing. So it's basically following the economy of the world. So in finance, you might be earning a lot of money last year, but you're earning smaller and smaller this year. However, that doesn't mean you can earn million last year and you don't earn anything this year, because economies, some countries are experiencing a crisis, there might be other countries who are rising. So you should not be really scared of this, but I just want you guys to know that this job is really dependent on market. So if the market is not well, you might really not get any services, so you might really earn less and less in the finance industry. So this has to be a factor you have to be mindful of. The third disadvantage of finance is it is a really stressful job. In terms of stressful, it means finance can be, you have a lot of work to do, you have to work really hard, you have to work for quite a long time. In average people in finance have to work for a really long time, and you have to really work with people. You have your superiors, you might have juniors, you have to delegate tasks, and you have to report to your supervisors or superiors. So in finance, if you are those type of person who don't really want to face many people every day, who don't want to get scolded by your supervisor every day, or your seniors every day, you don't want to face a lot of pressures, do a lot of work following people's commands, finance might not be the job for you. Because while you can make money, or maybe make great wealth money, it is a really stressful job in return. So you might take into consideration in terms of the stress, and you might have a lot of responsibility, and you have to face these responsibilities. The second disadvantage of finance is it really depends on the market. So finance is really linked to the stock market, it's linked to S&P 500, it's linked to how the global economy is performing, how the economy is doing, how the currencies are doing, how those businesses are performing, how our consumers are doing. So it's basically following the economy of the world. So in finance, you might be earning a lot of money last year, but you're earning smaller and smaller this year. However, that doesn't mean you can earn million last year and you don't earn anything this year, because economies, some countries are experiencing a crisis, there might be other countries who are rising. So you should not be really scared of this, but I just want you guys to know that this job is really dependent on market. So if the market is not well, you might really not get any services, so you might really earn less and less in the finance industry. So this has to be a factor you have to be mindful of. Okay guys, so these are the 4 advantages and disadvantages of a career in finance. On your own, you should do more research to find out more job options that I haven't mentioned within the industry of finance to see if they interest you. And you guys should research about the skill sets required for the job in finance in order to see whether you really want to work hard to learn these skills and practice these skills inside your career. So this is about the video, guys. If you want more videos related to finance, please comment the content below, give me some ideas. Please subscribe to the channel and turn on notification to see more videos coming up. So thank you guys, and see you next time. Peace.